So yeah, the video for this is titled a little weird, but I figured that I would put a title here that doesn't give away what I'm talking about quite yet, because I wanted to go into my method for making these videos, because that method kind of directly inspired this video's creation. And my method is that I will sit down, usually a couple days before making these videos, and try to categorize what I could lump into a top 5 or a top 10 of something that I can genuinely get behind and recommend and actually have genuine emotion towards. And I also tend to put a lot of honorable mentions in because I just have a hard time not picking like 80 winners. You can check out my ridiculous list from the last time I did this, but either way, that's not the point. And I actually do all of this while listening to music, and I realized that it's usually a very specific kind of music from a very specific genre of anime and visual novel. And I figured I could both rave about and categorize this genre of music from this genre of show in one video. So this is why I'm making the video with this weird introduction and this weird title, because I want to talk about why you should absolutely listen to almost anything, opening, OST, or ending, attached to a science adventure visual novel or anime. And I'm also going to categorize 5 of my favorites. So let's get started. So before I get into the top 5 portion, let me just rave for a minute about the science or sci-fi adventure genre's music, because it is sort of a weird category because you've got both visual novel and anime. And somehow, even when bridging those two categories, the music is not only consistent, but tonally awesome and similar. And that really helps when you're going from something like the Steins Gate visual novel over to the Steins Gate anime. Because not only do they carry over a few songs, but they also then make sure that the theming for the OST of the anime really fits. Because obviously with a game, you've got to have background music that doesn't become monotonous, but you also can't have a short song that just doesn't quite stick for the entire length of whatever scene you're in. Whereas with anime, scenes have specific songs and they can fit to the length of the scene because they know how long it's going to be, because there's no chance of a player walking away to go to the bathroom or anything like that. And it's actually funny because what sort of made me realize or brought my attention to the fact that I was listening to this genre a lot was the fact that I'd been rewatching Robotics Notes, because I kind of dropped off on it and I need to finish it because it's a pretty good series. I was rewatching it and realized I really liked the music in it and started adding the music that I was hearing to my playlists and to iTunes. And I realized after listening to a lot of music and going through the anime music I have in my iTunes library, this genre has been added to my library more than any other genre of music from any other genre of anime, whether it be shonen or adventure or fantasy. For some reason, Science Adventure has had the most songs that I have latched to and added. In fact, I have added every single Steins Gate album to my iTunes library to this date, which is pretty wild, and I really should seek out some help. I don't have a problem. Don't at me. But yeah, I just like the music. I think it's really good, and I'll actually leave a link down below. You guys can check out. There's a video that has every single or most of the openings and endings that I'm talking about lumped into one video. Actually, I think it's just the openings, but either way, I'll leave a link to it. It's like all the way back with early on like Chaos Head, all the way out to Steins Gate Zero. But that's enough raving, because I'm done trying to remember where I stopped while cutting this video together, because this is completely unscripted. This next part, however, is totally scripted. So let's get into the top 5 of these songs that I still listen to on a regular basis. Alrighty, so after that completely unscripted and what I'm sure is going to be really fun to edit later rant about this genre, we're finally to my top 5 favorite songs from this genre. It's not just openings. There's actually a couple, one ending in here, and the rest are openings. But yeah, top 5 favorite songs from the science adventure genre. And at number 5, we have the first opening for Robotics Notes. Like, I know I just got back into Robotics Notes, so it's kind of fresh for me, but I love this opening. It's really good. The energy is great. It really fits the energy of one of the 2 main characters. And I just like the mystery behind the visuals. I like how everything seems to kind of be this build up, but the energy's kind of already there. So it's just a matter of getting everything else on board, which is actually kind of the theme of the show to some degree, at least with one of our main characters. I'm not spoiling anything because, well, I kind of can't because I'm still finishing it up, but I like this opening, and it really gets me hyped to watch the rest of the show. I know there's a second opening, but I like this one. Number 4 is an ending, and it's the ending for Steins Gate Zero, another song, and actually the last song on this list that isn't sung by Ito Kaneko.
Come to me, embrace my kiss.
This song I did an entire breakdown of. If you want to check that out, it's over there. But I talked about how this is done from the perspective of Mayuri and how she's seeing the shattered world around Okabe and all this stuff. And it's definitely a very emotional and very hard ending. I'm not used to doing endings in these. It's a very hard ending to watch, knowing where our character is when this ending is playing in the series. But the music is awesome, and I've listened to it so many times. I want to do a vocal cover of it. It's right in my range, and it's just great. And it perfectly shows the range that this series can have in emotion and how the music will bend to fit it. It's freaking awesome, so definitely give it a listen. Doesn't matter if you haven't seen the show, just listen to this song. It's awesome. Number 3 is the anime opening, The Chaos Child. This is the first of the remaining 3 that are sung by Ito Kaneko, and it's freaking awesome. The tone, the energy, the music, all of it's great. Really just gets you hyped for the series and sort of throws you into the chaos that you're sort of just about to experience. It's really cool, fits the tone of the show. The visuals are amazing, which of course I can't show here because, well, YouTube will banhammer me, but it's great. You should definitely give it a listen. I have it saved. I think it's still at one of the top in terms of most listened to in my iTunes library as of late. It's just awesome, and the full version is just, chef's kiss, phenomenal. Number 2 is the Steins Gate Zero opening. Yes, I know I already did the Steins Gate Zero ending, but the opening is great. Give it a listen. It is so freaking good because the tone, if you've already seen the first Steins Gate, is totally different from the rest of the series and what you're already used to from the first Steins Gate. It is so good. Plus, it's also cool to see all the new character design changes and how they've adapted and changed to this new world they've been put into, and just the visuals are still there. What makes Steins Gate feel like Steins Gate is all still there, but it feels more somber and it works so well. And at number 1 is the first opening for Steins Gate. It is so, so good. I know that I'm a huge Steins Gate nerd. I love Steins Gate. I've got figures from Steins Gate. I wore a lab coat. I cosplayed as Okabe, for God's sakes. I love Steins Gate. I even voice Okabe in the Abridged series. You should check that out over there. Here's a clip.
Daru?
Yes?
Did you hear that? Did you? I win! You just admitted to time travel! Confirm or deny?
I refuse to acknowledge that.
Confirm or deny?
They succeeded at incredibly incomplete and flawed time travel? Confirmed.
Flawed or not? Confirmed! And there are 14 of these! Time travel is real! Suck it, daddy hater! Too far? Too far.
But yeah, I love this series, and if you don't, that's your problem, but you should definitely give this opening a listen because it is a genre-defining opening, it is an anime-defining opening, it's a series-defining it defines a lot of things, and I love it. Don't judge me. Just go watch it, please. I already ranted. I've spent all my rant bucks at the start, so just go watch it. And wait, you're not done yet. There's a surprise one at 0, or I guess 0 is better than whatever. This is one that I have to put at like S tier. Is the first opening for the visual novel of Steins Gate. This is what started it all for me. This was the opening that got me hooked to the Steins Gate series. Once I sort of hit the slow part of the main Steins Gate series, as soon as I saw and heard this opening, I knew I had to finish this anime series so that I could go on and see what was cut out by playing through the visual novel. And ever since then, I've dumped so much money into getting Blu-rays for it. I've played so many of the games. I've played the spin-off games. It's just ridiculous how much I've done with this series. So you should definitely check this one out. This is like S rank for me. It's freaking awesome. I love it. And yeah, I mean, here you go. This is a clip from it. And yes, I'm aware all of the last 4 that I've done are sung by Ito Kaneko, but she's like a staple of this genre. She's like the vocalist for Steins Gate. So what can I say? I love her voice. I love this music. You should too, and that's why. Thank you for listening to my rant. Thank you for sticking around for my top 5 with an extra S-tier song. And apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. What do you guys love? Do you love this genre? Do you love a totally different genre? Do you think I'm off my rocker? Should I shut up? I think I should shut up. Let's end this video. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the whole 9 yards, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to be there, and have a good one.